Of the Orlando pride and all the national and international experience Sermani brings to the Orlando expansion franchise. Sermani's starting side will feature Ashlyn Harris. Overall #1 pick of the entire college draft in the NWSL. How do you suppose nerves are hitting the Portland Thorns rookie?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see. You know, they kind of go two ways. Either you're too young to know you should be nervous, or only 4.5 minutes in, and they've spent a bit of the time in Orlando's half. So it's good in the attack for them.
The 4th season of the NWSL underway. It began last night. Obviously, the Thorns in Orlando with their season openers this evening. 4th year. That's historic. That's milestone stuff. That's what carry. Like the idea by Nadim, but the back tap wasn't quite there for Heath.
Well, they're still trying to get to, know each other a littleit. You've got the Thorns in a 4-2-3-1 with those 3 attackers, and Nadim up top is the target. She's having to drop in.
Little chip and one hop to Harris, no problem for Ashlyn.
It's good. It's a good mentality. Again, she's trying to find that run through. She just is high enough off of the field that she kind of runs out of field at that point. It's a very tough ball to play in at speed and enough pace that the player can run onto it.
18th minute. Home and season opener for the Portland Thorns. And welcome to the league. Outside tonight, but if need be, can play in that center position effectively.
Yeah, the nice thing is they have the ability to interchange because of the makeup of those players and what they can do. You don't have to see someone just in that one place.
You bet.
It's kind of a starting formation, but have those areas.
Dumps it to Long instead.
Nice little cheeky move by Klingenberg there.
You see Dagny holding her line. And the ball sails out of bounds. Dagny kind of caught in no man's land on that one.
See Orlando trying to spread the field a little bit and get those back for the Thorns.
And again, spreading the field nice and wide on those flanks for Orlando.
You kind of get the call from Ashlyn Harris to move up and says.
Monica has been very steady on that back line for Orlando as well. Horan getting her boot on that, but no problem for Harris.
Yeah, I think she was trying to lay that off for Nadim. That was a good ball into the second runner. Nadim,
great keeper in her own right, recovering nicely from the ACL issues a couple of years ago and back at full strength.
Yeah, it's good. It's always good to have depth no matter what position you're at. Just become, the players that they can be and all they have to offer.
On frame, but right at goalkeeper Ashlyn Harris.
You have to put a little more mustard on it than that to beat Harris, I think.
The new additions, the Dagnys and Horans, obviously Sonnet via the college draft, Klingenberg. We just go on and on. French, Nadim, one-on-one. The flag is up. The flag is up.
Well, at least they were trying to go fast, but she just jumped the gun a little bit on that one. She was about a step or two offsides, definitely on that ball. But that's good, though. Good that the Thorns are trying to go forward and do it a little bit more quickly.
And know this about Nadim. You get her because she is an attacker. She is a goal scorer. She wants the ball at her feet. And when the timing gets ironed out and nailed down with this club, the offsides will start to kind of get in the back of the bus, if you will, and Nadim is going to get those chances.
Definitely. I can't wait to see just how she develops and everything that comes together.
The offside flag goes up. Fill up with 8 gallons or more at participating 76 stations to receive a voucher for 2-for-1 general admission Thorns tickets. Visit thornsfc.com/76 for more details. 41st minute, one apiece. Gorgeous night here in Portland, Oregon. Here's Heath. Dagny.
It's a great one-handed save from Harris, but it looks like there's a little bit of a collision on the play.
Dagny and Harris met that ball at the same time, and Harris is still down on the pitch. And the yellow will go against Dagny.
And that one a little bit surprising. I mean, the ball is in the air, and Harris is coming across the field, and she just went up.
Wow, it seemed like a 50-50 ball up for grabs.
Yeah. I mean, Dagny wasn't at full speed, which is maybe why she thought that, the referee thought that, it was a dangerous play. But it didn't seem anything malicious. It seemed like she just, went up for it, unless, and I can't see everything, that there was a follow through on the elbow or something. I'm not quite sure how Harris's head, how she got contact or what part. So maybe it was just the elbow following through from Dagny's jump.
So stoppage time announced of 1 minute, and that was about 30 seconds ago. Harris still being tended to. Let's take another look, Janine.
You can see Dagny had slowed down. It looks like she goes straight up but turns, so I'm guessing it was her elbow that kind of clipped her in the head. And Harris came pretty low. She didn't come up through the ball. She came up kind of underneath it. So it kind of put her lower. Her head was about elbow height. So a little dangerous play, but she looks okay, which is always good to see.
So again, Dagny tagged with the yellow. And good to see, to your point, Janine, Harris up and walking. Aubrey Bledsoe is the backup keeper for the Orlando Pride.
Looks like she's down there warming up just in case. Well, we always have to be careful with head injuries now, and I think they're really trying to, send a message that anything that happens kind of with that, make sure that we're careful. And sometimes not just malicious, just to be extra careful, and you do have to be. We've seen that a lot, especially in youth sports, people getting hurt, and you want to make sure that long term the players are safe.
So Harris back up, looks okay.
As they always used to say, if you're going to get hit in the head, just catch the middle ball. Oh, you are free and get that service in up to Nadim. She's looking very comfortable. Sonnet's looking really good in the back. Just, again, like she's, slid into that spot, and that's where she belongs.
Nadim lets it go, but the flag and whistle denies everything as Harris gets a mid on it. A nice shot by Nadim, but offside all the same.
Yeah, she just got caught high up in transition and kind of levels it off. But Harris wanted to show you what her dive looked like, so that was it right there.
Timing just a bit off for the Portland Thorns, as they've had a handful of offside whistles go against them so far.
This looks like some exercise we do at practice. We get everybody inside the center circle and then serve it.
Edmonds knocked to the pitch as Long clears it, nothing called. And I can tell Becky Edwards was thinking, are you kidding me? But we'll play on. Ball safely in the hands, of the feet, I should say, of Orlando anyway. Long with that flick header, thought she had found the back of the net for the go-ahead goal. But again, offsides.
Actually, he's very well respected. I mean, people know what he can do, and he, like I said, he took Australia to their highest ever world ranking and the farthest. He's completely successful with Australia, where he spent a lot of his time. And then, got other opportunities. Came here and coached in the WSA he was an assistant, and then moved on to New York and head coach there. And then, led to other things, and he's coached professionally.
So action for the Thorns as that ball flies off of Monica. And Heath will take care of another corner kick for the Thorns.
Yeah, and that time Nadim was onside because Alloway had been kind of back farther and kept her onside, and then she was in that space wide, allowed them to get that serve in. So those are the things that they're trying to find and that work, and they get a corner out of it.
57th minute. Here's Heath. Ball is still up for grab for Long. Blocked nicely. There's Alloway. Chance for then Sermani to talk to some of his players. Evans was over there for a quick minute. Edmonds, who's been all over the place, and Belanger. And now time for the Thorns to huddle around Mark Parsons. Heath and
attempt at that. That's a nice ball from Sonnet again. It's really nicely served. She, a little bit on the long side, but the type of service she chose and how she hit it looked really good.
60th minute. Beautiful night for football here in Portland. The Thorns hosting Orlando, the expansion pride, representing very well tonight. That ball turnover though, and here's Long. What a ball inside to Heath. Heath leaving it, and off her line is Harris. Weber just a little bit slow getting to that one.
I tell you, if you appreciate the subtleties of the game, the little touches and the little things going on, you've got to watch Klingenberg.
What a ball.
Such a nice little slip ball into Heath, and then she's just trying to make that run in behind to have space, but then it's really Heath versus 2 to 3 other players.
Horan is able to turn.
There you go.
Yeah. I think Harris was a little fooled by that.
Yeah, it's one of those same kind of type of goal we saw last week when, when Franch is retreating and doesn't quite have her feet set. You see Horan pick up the ball, look up, and just hits it. So she's still kind of moving back and Harris is still moving back and getting into position.
Leads to another corner for the Thorns.
That's getting something out of it.
Yeah, it is. 69th minute. Horan, so strong. Alley.
Throw out there that I was pretty close to the number in the guess there.
Oh boy, such a great run. The ball was perfectly placed and Horan can't climb the ladder.
So the Thorns just came all the way out. They go through the box and then come out. Heath I think she tried to just inside of her foot, couldn't quite get up to it in time.
Great idea by Klingenberg. Horan able to find Megan in space, and then Klingenberg with the nifty service at 5'9", Nadim, maybe an inch or two short from getting ahead on that one.
She's so excited. She was just a little early. If she had held her run, she would have been able to take very much, and she just, it's a goal.
Harris tiptoeing that line as Horan was bearing down. So it'll be time for the Thorns defense to be organized, Janine, but you still want them to be thinking attack, don't you?
6.5 minutes, it's a 1-goal game. You want to attack, you just want to, I think.
And that whistle signifies the end of the match.